Africa. There's a part of it on the sea, on the ocean there, on the Atlantic Ocean, that's called the Diamond Coast. It's
Yes.
also called Skeleton Coast because so many ships have been wrecked there on sandbars. The shifting currents create sandbars, and where they were previously free channels before, and ships are wrecked, and of course there's no water. They get down there and they die of thirst. The crew that managed to escape a drowning death die of thirst. So if you go there, and I've had contact with the man who actually went in there and was able to get out with his life. It's guarded by a huge international police force, and they have sensors. If you walk on the ground, it shows any movement on the ground, shows on these sensors miles away, and they come rushing up to find out what you're doing there. But he told me that the ground is littered with diamonds as far as your eye can see, rough diamonds. He said they're lying around everywhere, thousands of them. And he said that's why they keep this international police force there with special high-grade sensors and cars that can traverse the desert in a very short space of time to keep people from going in there and getting access and coming out with bags full of the diamonds. So you can see what a control thing. It's just a question of supply and demand. And so it is the short supply and the high demand that keeps the prices of diamonds inflated.
That's right. And on top of that, of course, at the end of that whole chain of how things are being run, it is obviously because of people out there, so to speak, normal people, regular people who are walking around, albeit that they might be rich, of course, but the fact that people are craving these. I mean, these families and companies are getting rich because people are stupid enough, if you will, to buy them, actually. And we have the whole propaganda machine as well, actually, behind the whole diamond industry, with the, a diamond being a girl's best friend and all that stuff as well. The slogans that, if you will, some of the Tavistock and more, intelligent, as it were, savvy people are putting out. So wouldn't you say that's correct, John?
I'd say absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. They've created this false demand, if you will, this artificial demand for diamonds. And I'm not talking about industrial diamonds now. Those, of course, are found in prolific quantities also, but that's to tip machine tools, and that's a necessary adjunct for industry and trade.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the gemstone quality diamonds, and we've been taught that the girl must have a diamond engagement ring. Nothing else will do, and that's, of course, creates a demand worldwide.
Yes. And the bigger the rock, the better, right? So that's
right.
what the guys go out and hunt for, yeah.
I don't think there's a country in Europe or anywhere in the world, former British possessions in Canada, Australia, New Zealand, I don't think there's a girl who'd accept anything other than a diamond engagement ring. If she's going to be betrothed to some gentleman she's promised her hand in marriage, the return is a diamond ring to show that this has been made. And nothing else will do but a diamond. And, of course, that there's an enormous demand for diamonds.
It's amazing how all of these things work together in unison, and some of the things that you've detailed in a Tavistock Institute of Human Relations, obviously, connect with this as well, on how you manipulate the population, and then you supply them, so to speak, with what they think that they need, or what you as an institution have implanted into them, what they should need, or what they think about, or what they strive for, or what they want, or so forth as well. So it's a very clever game that is being played on an unwitting population, if you will.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely a game. There's no question about that.
Why don't we begin to round things up here then for the first hour, John, and we'll proceed with the second a little bit later here. We want to give out your website again, obviously, Coleman300.com, and that's spelled
right.
Coleman, and then the digits 300, Coleman300.com, and there's tons of books there for people to check out. Obviously, the Conspiracist Hierarchy, the Committee of 300, which is the primary book that we've been talking about here as well. But obviously, Tavistock.
The Tavistock Institute is there.
That's right.
And there's also a book called Beyond the Conspiracy, which takes up modern days, what's happening now, and the Club of Rome, the Illuminati. All these books are up there. As I said, I've written 17 books, and they're all available. And if your listeners would go to our website, they'll see what we have, and we'd like to hear from them.
Excellent. Coleman300.com will give you more information. Thank you so much for your time today, John Coleman.
Wonderful. Thanks for the opportunity.